Joining me now to discuss all of this is UKIP MEP David Coburn. Evening to you. What do you make of what many do see as a Muslim travel ban to the States?
Well, let's put it this way. The State Department in the USA banned Iraqi refugees for 6 months in 2011. Now there was a ban for only 90 days. I mean, Obama banned people. Obama was bombing countries in the Middle East with drones and aircraft. Many people died, a lot of them children. Progressives, or so-called progressives, weren't complaining then. Is a travel ban worse than bombing people? Now all these feminists protesting against Mr. Trump, they never protest against discrimination of women in the Middle East, such as Saudi Arabia, where women are not allowed to drive. I mean, I'm a feminist myself, and I find that appalling. Europe shows that a lot of Islamic terrorists have been coming in here. Look what's going on here. I'm in Brussels at the moment. You can see in the streets of Brussels, it looks like Belfast with troops marching about the streets. That is not a healthy environment.
But is this initiative...
Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, was welcoming people.
Yeah, but look, you've got to ask whether this initiative...
was welcoming people, and look what's happening in Canada.
Well, does this initiative actually target terrorists? Because it's caused confusion, anger, trauma, unfairly targeted innocent people just because of their origin and belief are now being affected by this. Is that fair? Is it acceptable?
Well, I think it may have been more logically handled. I mean, I am not an American legislator. I'm not an American bureaucrat. Obviously, that's something for the Americans. But this was something President Trump was elected to do. He was elected to stop terrorism in the United States, and when you look what's happening in Canada and you look what's happening in Europe, you can see there's a problem. Now, I don't want to see Muslims discriminated against. They are not a nation. People all over the world are Muslims. Many of my friends are Muslims. It's not something you can discriminate against Muslims per se, but people coming from certain countries...
But that's what he's doing, isn't it? He's discriminating. It's a blanket ban. He's discriminating against Muslims from many countries, and this could be devastating, could it not, in terms of causing further serious division and discrimination against Muslims?
Some of those countries have no proper governments at the moment and no proper administrations, or the sort of countries where you can buy a passport for next to nothing.
But those people are fleeing for their lives. Aren't those people fleeing from the likes of Yemen, for example? Surely those refugees need all the help they can get. They're innocent people caught up in a terrible conflict.
Yes, but among those people, those refugees, as we've seen here in Europe, some people are terrorists, and they've been coming in, and some people came in as terrorists. Look what happened to the Bataclan. Look what happened in the bombings in Brussels. Look what happened in Germany. You know, this is ridiculous. People have just taken leave of their senses. None of those people who are so-called progressives made such a hoo-ha when President Obama stopped people coming in. Obama can do no harm. He can walk on water, but if President Trump does anything, he's the devil incarnate. This is nonsense. This is caused by all the people who lost the election in the United States. And people in the United States have decided that they've had enough of this nonsense, which is why they put Trump in the White House. That's democracy. Whether they like it or not, that's democracy. It may have been heavily handed. You know, I wouldn't have done it quite the way it's done. But the thing is, he's trying to stop terrorism in the US, and that's what he was elected to do. How many politicians do what they're elected to do? I mean, I was elected to get us out of the European Union. I've done that. Okay. And I'm one of the few people who actually got into politics and achieved what they were supposed to achieve. He's going to do that. He wants to achieve what he was said to do. Well, let's see that.
David Coburn, thank you very much indeed. Good to talk to you live.
I think there's a lot of hypocrisy.
Yeah, good to talk to you tonight.
Hypocrisy, the whole thing.
Thank you. David Coburn, thank you very much indeed for joining us.